People literally trying to justify and explain why oils weren't good for your hair any longer. What? And that's when I was really like, yeah, these people have lost it. Okay, these people have lost it. Hello guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the recent movement of natural haired women going back to relaxers. And I just wanted to talk about that just a little bit and give my own 2 cents and opinion. So stay tuned. So first of all, there are a lot of reasons why these ladies are turning to relaxers to, permanently change their hair or straighten their hair. I've heard that they feel like there are too many rules to follow, rules that the natural hair community has, puts out there, the LOC, the LCO methods, too many steps to take when dealing with natural hair. Their natural hair is too demanding, right? Because it takes too long to, do or deal with. I've also heard some ladies complain that there aren't many style options for them when their hair is in its natural state. First off, I empathize with them because truthfully speaking, absolutely, dealing with your natural hair takes more time and effort. Definitely. This is speaking as someone whose hair was once relaxed. My hair was relaxed up until the beginning of college, and that was like back in 2010, 2011. I transitioned along, during the whole natural hair movement. That's when I transitioned and chopped my hair off and, went natural. But prior to that, I spent a good amount of my life with my hair being permed. So I understand that definitely it takes more time and effort now to deal with my hair now that it's natural compared to when it was relaxed. I agree. And I like I said, I empathize with that complaint. Feeling like there are too many rules. And feeling like there are too many steps to dealing with your natural hair. This is where I believe it's a bit arguable. I've also heard some people blame influencers in the natural hair community on, the different steps they seemingly have kind of put together as like the rule to follow in order to get a certain style or in order to get your hair a certain way or whatever. And besides even, the natural hair influencers, just the community in general, we seemingly come up with, I say we, just because I'm a natural hair girl, does not mean I'm a part of any community. The natural hair community tends to come up with new rules and new things, new trends every once in a while. But having said that, even though this is all true, I believe as consumers of content, as people who consume content, we have to have some level of accountability on the type of content that we, consume, but also on whether or not we allow ourselves be influenced by the information that is being given to us. Whether or not we accept that information and apply the information into our personal lives. Whether or not we allow ourselves to be influenced by certain individuals. We have to take accountability for what we consume. We can't up and say, well, this influencer told me X, Y, and Z, came up and said, oils aren't good for your hair any longer. Pause. That one. Oh my gosh. I remember when that trend started and I was so flabbergasted. I was so confused as to where this notion, this belief stemmed from. Number one. Number two, it was the videos of, people literally trying to justify and explain why oils weren't good for your hair any longer. What? That didn't make any sense to me. And that's when I was really like, yeah, these people have lost it. Okay, these people have lost it. So like I said, I empathize and I totally understand with, you know, all that these ladies are tired of. But what I'm saying is, even with new information coming out, even with influencers coming out and selling something, you take the information and you apply your critical thinking to it. You have to vet what you're taking in. And it's not everything that you take in and apply to yourself. So if an influencer is telling you oils are not good for you again, and you should stop using oil, and then you stopped using oil for like a couple of months, but your hair is telling you, hey, I'm dry, hey, I don't like this, and you notice a difference, you know, in how your hair has now become, you know, as a result of the change in your regimen, you need to stop. You stop. That is what you have to do. That is the point of building a regimen. That is the point of knowing your hair and doing what is best for you and for your hair. So I say that to say that while I empathize and I agree 100% with, you know, these ladies having issues with too much rules and, you know, too much steps and too much this and that coming out of the natural hair community, I still believe that a lot of these things ultimately are excuses. Don't chew me up. Do not tear me apart. Hold on. If we dig deep, I believe we will see that there's a deeper issue, right? And I say this because if you look into just the natural hair history, natural hair and Black women, the history that we've had in this country back in the 60s, just like the movement that we recently experienced, you know, with everyone going natural in the early 2010s, back in the 60s, women were embracing their natural hair then too. You know, it was a whole movement. And, you know, they were letting go of the relaxers and the straighteners and everything. But as time progressed, they reverted back to the hair crack. How and why? It boiled down to the pressure from society. That is also what we see happening now. And I say this because if I were to ask you or ask us, when you think of a successful Black woman, and let's specify and say that she's in corporate America, what does she look like? What kind of hair does she have? What kind of hair is she taking to work on a daily basis? Chances are we all have the same picture coming to our minds. And it's of a lady with a wig on and is straight. Maybe a few waves or a few curls here and there, but it's a straight weave. Or it's her natural hair that is straightened. That, to me, is corporate. And I think to a lot of people is corporate for everybody, Black or white, whatever. And it's no secret that we do get backlash. You know, I mean, we've seen in the news of how somebody's locks are getting cut and shaved on the spot because it goes against, you know, the dress code or policies of whatever establishment they're in. You know, someone being sent home, children being sent home because they have their natural hair out and it doesn't fit or adhere to the dress code or whatever code that they have. We see that there is resistance. You know, society has not 100% accepted us and our natural hair. So again, here we are caving to the pressures from society. It's not to blame the ladies. Please don't get me wrong. It's not to blame these ladies that are transitioning. But I believe while they point at these different things as the reasons why they've made their transition, I believe there's a deeper issue which really stems from the pressure from society. But you know, that's just me. What do I know? I don't know anything. But yeah, I personally don't like relaxers just because it's been proven time and time again, not just recently. The recent study that was made was that, you know, ladies who use relaxers have a higher chance of getting cancer, you know, uterine cancer. That's a specific type of cancer, but it's a rare type of cancer. But there was another study, you know, back in I think 2019 or something, that also revealed a correlation between, you know, ladies that use relaxers and their increased chances of getting breast cancer. So ladies that use relaxers over a prolonged period of time have an increased chance of having breast cancer. And in my opinion, I just feel like, why not just avoid anything that increases your chances of getting cancer altogether, you know? But again, that's just my opinion. But yeah, that just concludes my little, you know, spiel about the topic today. But let me know what you guys think. Please comment down below, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.